In this video, we're going to talk about the latest leak of the Mini 5 Pro and the Neo 2. Yes, for the first time ever, there's a video showing DJI's two most anticipated drones appearing in the same scene. These are real and stunning images, and it's not just two, but 6 prototypes with 3 of each model. So let's break down these images in detail to see if they reveal any clues about the upcoming versions of DJI's new entry-level drones. The Mini 5 had already appeared in a video alongside the Mavic 4, and the Neo 2 made its first appearance with the Avata 3, but this is the very first time both of them are seen together. This video was recently leaked by Mauro Tandoi, and it shows a DJI testing team. The footage is short and was filmed from a distance by another drone. The first scene starts by zooming in on a DJI employee, who seems to have noticed he's being recorded. He's holding 2 Mini 5 prototypes, one of them equipped with propeller guards. You can also spot 2 battery chargers and an RC2 controller, which confirms that the new Mini 5 Pro will be compatible with DJI's O4 transmission technology. This possibility had already been noticed in the first Mini 5 Pro leak, where those prototypes were also being tested with RC2 controllers. So this second footage only reinforces the idea that the Mini 5 Pro will likely be compatible with all devices using O4 transmission technology, including the RCN3, the FPV controller, RC Motion, and the screen-based controllers, like the RC2 and RC Pro 2, as well as the Goggles 3 and Goggles N3. Of course, we'll only be 100% sure about this compatibility after the official launch, because even though they use the same transmission technology, DJI might impose some kind of software lock, since the company also takes commercial decisions into account. We saw a similar case recently with the Flip's incompatibility with the goggles. That was clearly a business decision, not a technical limitation. And it could easily be fixed later with a simple software update, but only if it makes commercial sense for DJI to do so. The second scene of the video is a top-down shot showing the entire test team, made up of 5 members. They appear to be split into 2 separate groups. These 3 employees are testing the Mini 5 prototypes, while the other 2 are working with the Neo 2 prototypes. As we zoom in on the image, we can clearly see 2 Mini 5 units on one side, and another one on the other side. Further up, we can see the Neo 2 team, and when we enhance the image, it's clear that they're testing 3 prototypes. The first Neo 2 appears to be paired with the RCN3 controller. The second one is also connected to an RCN3, and right next to them we can spot several batteries being charged. And here's the third prototype, which is just taken off from a DJI employee's hand, and interestingly, it's being controlled via smartphone. When I zoom into this image, I get the feeling that there are 3 noticeable differences on the Neo 2. The first is a bump on the top part of the drone. It looks like a design change, possibly to house a front-facing infrared sensor. The second is this black spot on the rear. I'm not sure what it is. Could it be a rear obstacle avoidance sensor? Or maybe just a USB-C port? And the third detail is the propeller guards, which seem slightly different, and a bit larger than usual. Last week, I made a full video based on the first Neo 2 leak, where I went over each of these elements in detail. If you haven't seen it yet, click here. Unfortunately, the image quality of the other Mini 5 prototypes isn't great, so we can't really spot any new revealing details on those units. So far, the most valuable information about the Mini 5 has come from previous leaks, which had much better image quality and showed us more specifics, like the LiDAR sensor, for example. Since the very first leak, posted by Jasper Ellens back in December of last year, we could already clearly see the LiDAR sensor windows. That same leak also revealed a different camera, and the new, more powerful motors with ventilation outlets and a central pin, which is typical of propellers using a quick-release system. This suspicion was confirmed in another leak posted by Mauro Tandoi, which showed a prototype being tested in the field. In that video, it was possible to clearly see the new propellers and the black motors, which are quite different from the Mini 4 Pro, whose motors had 2 pins for securing the propellers with screws. In this other higher quality leak, posted by Igor Bogdanov, it was possible to see more details, and it allowed for a direct comparison with a Mini 4 Pro, which I placed at the same scale and position. Now the differences are much easier to notice, and the first thing that caught my attention was the color. It's a dark gray, more similar to the Mavic. Nobody really mentioned this, and it might just be exclusive to these prototypes, but honestly, I like this color better, and I'm hoping the final version keeps it that way. Besides the color, another detail that really stood out is that it no longer has the side flaps that used to protect the gimbal. Instead, there's just a much smaller and lighter cover, but it's probably a temporary piece, since its color doesn't match the rest of the drone. The rear section remains unchanged. The power button, LEDs, and ventilation outlets are all in the same position as on the Mini 3 and 4. The biggest difference is this raised section, which has been enlarged to house the new high-resolution optical sensors with fisheye lenses. These lenses offer a much wider field of view, improving the overall coverage area. We'll also have a front-facing LiDAR sensor, which is expected to be long-range, around 25 meters, just like the ones found on the Air 3S and the Mavic 4. This new layout should provide 360-degree coverage, significantly reducing blind spots. But it probably won't be as effective as the Mavic 4, which features a more advanced sensor arrangement with 6 high-resolution optical sensors, capable of virtually eliminating all blind spots around the drone. The Mini 5 Pro is expected to offer mid-level efficiency, slightly better than the Air 3S, but still a bit below the Mavic 4. Even so, the overall performance will likely be more than enough to impress users, especially because, in addition to these new features, it will also come equipped with the latest version of DJI's powerful AI processing system, capable of accurately identifying obstacles to avoid and targets to track. Another subtle change is the shape of the arms. On the Mini 4 Pro, they had a more squared-off profile, while on the Mini 5 Pro, they appear more rounded and aerodynamic. And now we come to the most important detail of any drone, the camera. When placing both models side by side, it's clear that the Mini 5 Pro's camera is noticeably larger, which strongly suggests that it will bring significant improvements. With a modern 1-inch sensor, capable of shooting in 4K, at 120 frames per second, the Mini 5 Pro could become the first compact drone with true cinematic slow-motion capabilities. This sensor is also expected to greatly improve low-light performance, opening up new possibilities for creators to fully unleash the drone's potential in nighttime scenes. These are all the leaked details so far about the Mini 5 Pro. As for the Neo 2, we only have 2 images, and they didn't reveal much. But the most important thing is that it does exist, and is already in testing. That means there's a strong chance it'll be released shortly after the Mini 5 Pro, which already has an official launch date set for August 7th. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.